Years ago, when A Way Out was first revealed, I remember finding the concept of a split-screen story-oriented game to be very intriguing. Although I wasn't interested enough to get it initially, it was certainly one I kept my eyes on throughout the years. I ended up seeing both A Way Out and It Takes Two on sale and decided to finally get them. I told my girlfriend about the game, and she liked the concept, so we decided to give it a try together. Cooperative games were definitely a big thing in my childhood and teenage years with my friends and siblings. I played the Lego games, Little Big Planet, and Castle Crashers a lot back then, but since going off to college, I haven't played nearly as many co-op games. It's largely been single-player games, and when I do play multiplayer games, it's generally something like Call of Duty, Civilization, or Minecraft. Due to the story-heavy nature of the game, I didn't fully know what to expect going in, as most co-op games I played in the past weren't like this. This game isn't a super long one, and it took us 6 hours and 10 minutes to complete it in a few play sessions. You and the person you play with pick between the two convicts, Leo and Vincent, and you attempt to escape prison and hunt down the man responsible for both of your characters getting arrested. Don't worry, I won't delve into any of the big spoilers in this video, and I have another video coming up if you want to hear my thoughts on the twists and turns of the story. It was definitely fun to play as these characters and connect with them as you learn their backstories and watch them bond together. I noticed very quickly I'd have to fight some of my gaming habits, like checking every possible corner, since it definitely caused me to trail behind a bit and make us get a bit out of sync of where we were in the game.
What are you doing? I need your help over here.
Usually, in most cases, there weren't a lot of hidden details for you to find, but in some areas it definitely opened up a bit and gave you fun little activities and games to do if you wanted to explore. For the most part, the game generally tries to keep you on the rails though. I also didn't know what to expect difficulty-wise when we started too, so a few of the early scenarios were definitely a little scarier, as I wasn't sure how fair the difficulty would be, or how smart the AI guards and enemies were. We had some hiccups at first, either over or underestimating the enemies while sneaking around, but we quickly got into the groove. All you really need to do is have some patience and communication if there ever is a part both of you are struggling with. Having to work together is definitely where this game shines, and it's definitely a lot of fun. There are a large variety of challenges thrown at you that make you work together, and the game doesn't ever feel like it gets repetitive. Sometimes there's stealth portions where you have to communicate to help each other navigate around. Some parts you need to time your actions together to get past obstacles. In some segments you have to get through an action sequence together while having different roles. The game is pretty forgiving when you mess up and doesn't get too frustrating when you do. And the parts we did fail multiple times, it was usually due to my own errors of being careless or trying to rush too much. Not everything is collaboration focused, and the game does separate you at times to deal with your own challenges that don't influence one another. This allows for the characters to have their own story moments while still giving the others something to do. There's a lot of little mini-games scattered throughout the slower portions of the game too, which it's fun to try and compete with one another in these when you find them, and it creates a nice change of pace.
I emerged victorious.
Late into the game, the action starts to ramp up a bit, and both of the characters get guns, turning the game into a bit of a third-person shooter. My girlfriend has not had a lot of experience with shooters before this, so it was a bit unfamiliar for her, but thankfully the difficulty wasn't too bad, and we were able to get through the shooting parts with minimal struggle. Except for the part maybe I died a few times. I do have to say the shooting definitely felt like a discount Uncharted, and it isn't necessarily a strong aspect of the game, as it's a bit rigid and not the most exciting. I do like how the environment is rather destructible, and was probably my favorite part of these shooting bits. But overall, the gunplay wasn't my favorite part of this game, but it was passable. The game offers up several moments where Leo and Vincent have a debate of how best to get through an obstacle, and the players have to decide which option to go with. We only played through the game once, so I can't say how much these decisions changed the gameplay, but to my knowledge, most of these decisions don't influence the game's story in the grand scheme. I could tell our decision definitely had an impact on what we did for that scene though, so I feel it's definitely a nice way to add replay value if you want to play through the game again. Plus, if you decide to change what character you play as, that adds even more replay value. I'm definitely glad I finally got around to trying this game and had a fun time playing it with my girlfriend. I would definitely recommend playing this if you want to have a fun two-player game experience with a significant other, friend, sibling, or really anyone. This game is definitely a fun bonding and communication building experience as you both work together and compete with one another as you progress through the story. At the time of making this, we have started their next game, It Takes Two as well, and I'm looking forward to sharing my thoughts on that one once we complete it. I also want to talk about my thoughts on the spoilers for this game a little, but I didn't want to scare anyone away from this video, so a second video will be coming. So definitely reach for that subscribe button, and we'll be seeing more of each other soon.